What a great place to be. We're all here in Boston. Congratulations, and Casey, on co-writing this film in your hometown of Boston. How much fun did you two guys have getting to really embrace your Boston accents?
A lot of fun. It's kind of the best part. It's being able to just openly speak in your native tongue and not have anyone give you a hard time about it.
There were definitely certain words, especially with like the AR. I was hearing it come out.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it sounds like. but it is fun to fall into it, because that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like you're putting it on as much as falling into it, and it just feels pretty comfortable.
I'm curious to know, what is the most Boston thing about each of you?
Oof. Probably our rabid sports fandom, I think I would probably say.
Yeah.
Big baseball fans?
Baseball, basketball, football. I mean, yeah, we're pretty...
All the teams do well. It's hard. Hockey.
Not historically. I mean, yes. Recently, they've all done great. But when we were growing up, it was tough being a Red Sox fan.
Hong went to BU, and they don't win that much.
I know that. Yeah, so she has her stomping grounds here as well. That's so much fun. Casey, what's the most Boston thing about you?
The most Boston thing about me? Maybe my just general attitude, I guess. Sort of.
Your general pessimism?
Really a nice guy underneath, but just first response is the kind of sarcastic, cutting remark that matches me.
Hong, what was the highlight of reuniting with Matt? I know you two did a film back in 2017 together, and you also got to get into the action in this one.
Yeah, I'm so lucky that I got to work with Matt again so soon, because, you know, Matt and Doug didn't get to reunite again until much later for this one.
Yeah.
So I got really lucky that Downsizing wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't. In movie terms, that's not a long
in movie
time.
Terms, no, that's
How
not a
long
long
ago was
time.
We shot in 2016.
Yeah.
So it came out in 2017. So we shot this in 23. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
The weird thing about movies is you get together with 100 other people, and you have this really intense working relationship where you're focused on this one thing, and it's the most important thing for those months, and then you just scatter, and you feel like it's going to last forever, and you feel like those connections and those relationships are, but it's very rare to be able to get back on a movie with somebody and work with them again. So it's a treat when you get to.
Of course, you guys got to work together again, which is so exciting to see. The Good Will Hunting glory days coming back together, and Ben was also a producer on this movie. How much fun was it kind of getting the band back together?
It was a lot of fun. That part of it is like starting Artist Equity. That's one of the things that we're excited about, is like working with people that we love and that we know and trust, and as we're Ben and I are in our 50s now. It's a like, I think we're looking at our lives differently than we did in our 30s, and really enjoying the idea that we can kind of curate some of these situations so that we can be with the people that we love.
Also, when you work in the same place over and over a few times, it's not just like there's Matt, there's all the crew that you've done like 3 or 4 movies with, and all the way back to Good Will Hunting and other, since then I've done probably 6 or 7 movies here. So getting to see all those people again it's fun. It's
really the hometown feel. You're the hometown heroes, which is awesome. And Casey, you and Matt have known each other since you were kids. What do you first remember, like, about meeting each other? How old were you? Growing up together?
Careful.
So many stories come to mind. There's the one I told at his wedding, which is an all-time favorite. That's too long. I think generally it's just Matt sitting in the back of the school bus and really posing like the cool, tough older kid, and then
and you believing it.
Yeah, that was his first performance. It was a good one.
I mean, you even lived together, roommates.
Yeah. We lived together. We all, Case is 5 years younger, but when he graduated high school, he came out and moved in with Ben and me, and we were all, struggling actors and going to auditions and, supporting each other in the way that you do. It's like the only support you have in those years tends to be from like the little community that you build, and because the business is pretty resoundingly telling you no constantly, and so So it helps to have people there to kind of buoy your confidence and tell you that you don't suck, because the business is telling you that, you know, there's no jobs available for you, like again and again and again.
What does it mean to get to work with your best friends all these years later? Like, the three of you really have just stuck together.
It's the best thing. It really is the best thing. I was watching that Beatles documentary, and they're playing on the roof at the end, the Peter Jackson Beatles documentary, and this chyron came up that said this is the last time the Beatles played live together. And it was after the 4-part series. It was at the end, and I just tears started running down my face. My daughter goes, "What's wrong?" I go, "No, it's nothing. It's nothing." And it just made me so sad that they were in their 20s, and they were so full of joy in this moment. You look at their faces, and I called Ben, and I was like, "We all need to work together more. Like, this is like what an opportunity to even be here, to be able to try to do stuff together. It's like we can't squander it."
And the business is such that if you don't work together, sometimes you won't see each other for a year or two because everyone's scattered all over. So,
well, it keeps the friendship alive for sure. The friendship is tested a little bit in this film, I have to say. I mean, you really had his back. But I have to ask, I mean, the stunts were very cool. Did you get to do your own stunts?
No.
That's all the stunt doubles.
No. I am not shy about giving credit to stunt doubles because they deserve it, and because they're better at it than I am. You know.
What stunts did you have to do?
Well, it's just the driving. You know.
So that really was you driving.
That was me driving on a gimbal, which is in a soundstage. But no, there was no. I didn't do any live driving. Maybe a tiny bit on this one, but nothing. I think I smashed into a trash can or something like that. But no, all the really great stunt driving was done by the pros.
Matt, the internet thinks that Jesse Plemons is your doppelganger. I don't know if you've been seeing this. We asked him about it. He told us that he was flattered. I want to show you his response because it's so funny. We just caught up with him on a red carpet.
Okay.
I just worked with Jesse on
He's great. He's great.
He played a younger version of you.
He did,
Remember?
and I can tell you about that.
Okay, here we go. He mentions that.
Aside from me playing him as a young boy when I was 11 or so, no, I haven't seen him. I wonder how he feels about this.
What do you have?
I'm definitely flattered by the comparison, but yeah, I'd be curious to hear his thoughts if he's annoyed.
I'm like, I gotta leave that last part in there. Do you see the resemblance?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And when he was a kid, he looked. It was funny because I remember when he came to the set of All the Pretty Horses, and the crew was freaking out. Like 5 people came up to me before I met him, and they were like, "You're not gonna believe how much this kid looks like you." And I went and met him, and I wish somebody had the picture. The stills photographer took a picture of us together because I couldn't believe it. I was like, he looked more like me than I did when I was little.
Oh my
like
gosh.
my little 11-year-old face did not look like it was gonna, like he looked exactly like, I was like, this is really weird.
He also kind of sounds like you and has similar mannerisms.
Right.
It's amazing.
But he's a great actor, and I
Yeah.
love what he's done, the choices he makes. He's incredible to watch, and I'm proud of the comparison.
Have people tried to cast you since as like brothers? Or
Never. I think he's so much younger than me. I mean, he's got to be 20 years younger than me, or almost that. So, but yeah, no. I mean, I would love to do something with him. I think he's great.
Well, he will love to hear that response. Do you have a specific
It
message
sounds like
for
he
him?
might be a little annoyed by that.
No, I think he's just more like worried, you know. We're like, we don't think he would be annoyed. Do you have a message for him?
No, other than I think he's great, and I hope I get to work with him. That's kind of going back to what we were talking about. Like, you're not in control of who you get to work with, and it's like sometimes you get lucky and you wind up on a set together, or sometimes you can get a little bit of control and you know and produce stuff so that you can cast people that you know and love. But by and large, it's kind of a lottery, and you kind of get what you get. So hopefully I get him.
Matt has this theory that we're all living in the Matrix a little bit. It's a simulation, so that would make him sort of like Matt 2.0. He would be like the upgrade.
He's the upgrade. Yeah, that's right.
I believe you have some pull, Matt, that you can make this happen. Well, thank you all so much. This is a great cast and really an exciting movie.